Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Steven here. I'm going to show you today how to convert something that's hand-drawn into a vector file. What you should do is you can draw on a piece of paper or you can draw in Photoshop if you have the ability to do so. I'm using a Wacom tablet and I am using Photoshop 2018. So we are going to go over here first and make sure that we have created a separate layer. So I go in here and press new layer. That way we're not drawing on our background. And I've got my colors on the left hand side here, just set to a black is fine. And let's go over here to our brushes panel. And if you can't find that, it's in your window over here. And if you down here to brushes, it will pop up your little panel on this right hand side. Now why don't we get something that's really close to a pen? So a hard round that is going to adjust to the pressure. This really doesn't work very well with the mouse. So you can use a traditional pen if you're using paper, or in this case I'm going to try and make it look a little bit more like a traditional pen. Just a little bit more of an edge to it. So you can kind of see in the preview here, but it's got a little bit more of a rough edge to it, almost like I'm using a pen that has those slight irregularities in it. So go ahead and do that. Great. And we are ready to start drawing. So you can draw anything that you would like. The process is very, very similar. So let's just say we're drawing some sort of woodland creature. Alright, so there is our hand-drawn design. You can always select your background layer and select your design, and you can align them using this panel at the very top, this alignment panel, if you really want to. But since you're probably going to integrate this into something else, it doesn't necessarily matter. Now what you want to do is export this thing, and you want to export it if you are in Photoshop, probably as a PNG to start, because PNGs are able to have a transparent background. So open a new document in Illustrator, and you want to open your Fox document, which I already have here. You can copy paste that in here, or you can just place it in the first place. For some reason, I don't know. Copy paste just feels better. I like hitting more keys. Now here's the important part, is you want to select the item that you're going to trace, okay? So there's this function called image trace. It does have a nifty little toolbar that looks like a circle with a couple of anchors and paths on it. And what you're going to do is go down here to tracing results, and you want outlines, black and white, preview. You can kind of mess around with this because sometimes, sometimes it's just going to be a lot better if you do something that's slightly more high quality. You can see how it reduces the quality of it since I hit preview. If I increase the amount of threshold, then I get a little bit more detail. But what you can also do is go over here. They've got some presets, and sketch art is an option. Line art. Really, you have several different options you can go for. High quality photos are recommended for things like color, but I just messed around with this for a little bit until I got something that I was relatively pleased with that mimicked a little bit more of the hand-drawn look I was looking for. You have to keep in mind that you are vectorizing traditional artwork, which means that it is kind of simplifying it down to the straight lines that vectors are composed of. Image trace, object image trace, and what we can do is expand. You'll see a lot of these little outlines appear around what are now objects. So we've got a white background. I'm going to ungroup that, get rid of that white background. And if you move this to the side, you'll see that there's some white in between there. The same is with this as with traditional drawing, where you're going to be left with this white fill. There's an easy way of getting rid of this, so I like to press A, which is just selecting the more specific selection tool. Select one of the white areas, go to select, and then same fill color. It'll select everything that has a white fill throughout the entire composition, and I'm going to go delete. That way, if you want to add something behind this, whether it be a raster image or a color, let me just kind of throw something behind this here. Make sure that I form a new layer, goes behind it, and let's just say we wanted to do some sort of, I don't know, mood, fox mood sort of thing. If you have your selection tools still out, you can press Option, Alt, and repeat this little guy as many times as you like so. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and liking my channel. I really appreciate it.